Three. Okay, welcome everybody. We are here with me and Phyllis. How are you doing, Phyllis?
I'm awesome. I'm talking to you, so why wouldn't I be?
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so we're celebrating Phyllis today. She is my private client, one of my private clients, and she has just made $48,000, so 50 in sales, and she has done $39,000 cash in October. Yay!
Yep.
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 I'm so proud of you, and I know you're proud of yourself and everybody. Just before we go into your story and where you come from, so everybody can see this is possible for them, how do you feel?
I feel awesome. I mean, it's like, I feel like everything is it's just easy. It's just so I'm just like, yep, okay. I'm living a new life now. It's all good. Yeah, that's it. I just feel calm. I feel good. I feel awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and absolutely that's exactly how you should feel, because that's how it is. No stress, no pain, no hard work, nothing. That is exactly how we should make your money, and this is what we do here in this environment. So can you tell everybody, because Phyllis and I has been working together for a year this month. She came, tell us, November 2017.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it. What happened? Where were you at? What happened while we started together? Where were you at?
Yeah. So in January of 2017, my business totally crashed. So it was like a just about six-figure business, and just completely fell apart because I wasn't doing what I should be doing. So when I joined your mastermind program which started officially in January of 2018, but I signed up in November, and I had nothing. I mean, I had nothing for 11 months. I had made zero, like almost zero money. Yeah, I mean, I did my taxes for 2017, and it was like, I think it was like $18,000 or something that I made in 2017. So had to borrow money, of course, to work with you, and it was awful. Like the whole thing was awful. I knew that I could, but I did it because I just knew that this was like, doing this, I knew that I would be here, right where I am right now. I knew it.
Well, there were times where she was not as certain about that.
Oh, well, for sure. But back then I knew it. And then, this is, the thing is that you don't realize that I think we have to go through, to some extent, the pain and struggle and doubt and all of that stuff in order to figure out eventually. And it takes some people, it takes like no time at all. Some people it takes a little bit longer, but in order to realize ultimately that there is no struggle at all. Like if you actually surrender and just let all the struggle go, that's when the money comes. That's when you're actually see client results. That's when you like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course I struggled, but
how was it for you emotionally when you met me? How were you emotionally? Because I think your emotional growth you have even told me yourself, I can't believe I'm handling this,
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm this successful, or I can't believe, oh my God. So how was it for you back then, emotionally, and who you were?
I mean, everything would just knock me off my, anything that was hard to handle. I mean, it took me, I lost my business in January of 2017. And then like I was an emotional mess for an entire year. Like I couldn't get myself to like really do anything. I mean, sort of, but I really couldn't handle anything. I had a lot of stuff that I was just, what I do is just hold it all inside, just like shut it all down, hold it all inside. And yeah, so
And how was that journey for you from that? And I remember, like, we started, you made a $10,000 full pay, you were like, oh my God. And then you had a couple of moments or months where you're like, oh no, I'm quitting. Like, I'm just going to Cheryl fire me.
I wasn't going to quit. See, that actually speaks to the emotional, where I was emotionally, because I was never going to quit. I was just going to let you fire me. Because I did. Yeah, because it got hot. Well, the $10,000 full pay, I was like, no, it's too easy, actually.
Yeah. You were like, nope, this is not happening. No, even with after the sale, like, no. Yeah. And I think I want everybody to understand that until you get to a point where you experienced how powerful you are, because I think that's one of the things you're experiencing right now, Phyllis, how incredibly powerful you are and what you're capable of doing and what you're capable of receiving. That there is periods where you like doubt yourself and you feel like, you can't do it, and, you go down that kind of path. But I think, A, I didn't fire you, and B, you chose to, no, I'm going to figure out no matter what. I'm going to succeed no matter what. And I think in a long perspective, that is what made you here, because you always listened to me, even when it's uncomfortable, even when I said, no, we're paying on time, we're doing everything, no matter what, you were like, and then doing it anyways. And now she has come to the point, or you have come to the point where you're like, clients are asking if they can pay in full. You have 2 full pays this month, I think. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then you had another sale, and this is 18,000 3-month sales, right? And as you say, people just coming and contacting you because they want to buy from you. Like, it's a completely different reality.
Completely different.
It's a completely different reality. And your gifts has changed and everything. But I think the thing we're working on with Phyllis is that Phyllis, she's been working with me for a while, obviously, and she has gotten really, really good at understanding her gifts and her genius and what she's doing. She felt really, really confident in that. That was the first thing we need to work on, because she wasn't, and she didn't really know what it was, and she didn't really know what she could do. She was really confused about all that. So we changed that, and that's when the results started to happen. But obviously Phyllis wanted more, and like everybody else, she wanted a big fat paycheck, because I think that's the rarest thing we see in this industry. People that sits with a lot of money for themselves. Like, you're not paying your tax. Of course you're paying your taxes, but you're paying your taxes, you're paying your coach, you're paying other business expenses, you're paying your rent, you're paying everything that needs to be paid. And at the end of the day, there's still a lot of cash for you to feel, what am I going to do with my money? I don't know where to put it, and also filling up your savings account. So what we did with Phyllis is I particularly went into her specific patterns. And what we did, we went into food. We also went into how she was dealing with her feelings and how she was dealing with her body. And we went into seeing specifically for her, and it goes specifically for everybody, the exact pattern she was having that was leading us back to the belief that she had developed as a child, that she basically didn't deserve it. Because when you're making $40,000 cash per month, it exceeds your expenses. That money is going to go to you. Some of that cash is going to go directly to you. And if you don't believe that you deserve to be paid, you're not going to make that money. And that was the issue we had with Phyllis for a little moment. She was making cash, and she was paying everything and everybody else, which you just weren't paying her out. So the deeper we went into her relationship with her emotions and her food habits and started to change that, AKA, we started to figure out, how was Phyllis eating? And she was not eating in the way that her soul wanted to eat. Let's just say that. How do you want to share with everybody how you were eating?
Sure. Yeah, it's this is still an ongoing thing.
Well, obviously we're still working on it.
Yeah. And so I would not eat. And a lot of that was okay, I don't know how much of it. Part of it was due to the fact that I also wasn't exercising. Like I wouldn't move my body, and I wouldn't feed my body. And the biggest kind of revelation, I guess, that came through this was that you told me, you connected the dots. Like there's a part of me that has always a very old part of me from childhood felt that I didn't belong here, like on earth, in this life, whatever. Like this was not, why am I here? What's the purpose of this? There's no point in me being here. And just kind of like waiting to, I don't know, like it's not die. It was just like first the aliens to come back and pick me up and take me back home. Cause like, this is not where I should be. So, so you said, well, of course you wouldn't like pay attention to how you're feeding your body and like really nourish your body because you don't feel like you belong here. You don't like, you're not going to be here for very long. So why would you pay attention to that? Why would you nourish yourself? So that was big. That was really huge for me.
Yes.
To understand that, oh yeah, okay, well, if I do deserve to be here and then I better look at how I'm feeding myself and actually eat good food and all of that.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest point of that is when we all have our share of things, I think. And for Phyllis, when she doesn't feel like she really can be on the planet Earth and be happy and be fulfilled and have this purpose that she's valuable to like be here, that she belongs here, and she doesn't eat properly, the internal message or the message she's sending to herself and to everybody else is just like, I'm gonna die, or bye-bye, like I'm not even gonna be here, so please do not pay attention to me, like don't give a fuck, essentially.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the food habits where that was going on. So I told her this, if you have no plans of staying here, you don't even feel like you deserve to be in your body and be on the planet Earth, why on earth would anybody pay you a paycheck so you can go buy yourself a coat? And because they want,
Yeah.
I think when that started to click for her, we start to change this. She started to eat better. She started to exercise differently. And all of a sudden she was sending out a different message to everything and everybody, like a subconscious message that I am here. I deserve to be nourished. I deserve to be here. I belong on the planet Earth. In fact, I'm the most belonging person ever, And when she started to say that, through her actions and through herself and through everybody else, so going from like, don't pay any attention to me, don't pay me any money because I'm not going to be here, so I'm not eating, into like, hey, I am eating. Look at this chicken or whatever you're eating, right? And like, oh, I love it. What did we talk about? We talked about chicken legs.
Turkey legs.
Exactly. So like, I'm here and I'm eating fucking turkey legs and I am like this amazing person here. That's when things changed.
Yeah.
She allowed herself to be visible in the way of her action speaks what she believes about herself. So now she's like, yes, I'm successful here, but I deserve to be nourished. And money is a way of nourishment. Because now she has more money to pay herself with. I hope this makes sense for everybody. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
This is what we did. And I think people don't understand it, that you first had to be really, really clear on what it is that you do and how you make money and stuff like that. And then it's not about making, a little bit of money. It's about making a lot of money. And if you're going to make a lot of money, you have to feel that you deserve it. It goes in that order. You can't start with trying to change how you eat and then have no clue what the fuck you're doing in your business. Makes no sense. because you can eat like a queen, but still the part of you is like, but I don't know what I'm doing. Right? So it's all about making things in the right order, I think. And this worked really, really well for you. And it's all about for Phyllis to take back her power, that her body's beautiful, that she is beautiful, and that she deserves more than she needs. So what did you spend your money on? Or what did you do differently?
Yeah, I clothes, new wardrobe, basically. And just new like decor for my home, mostly my bedroom. Like I completely redid my bedroom, and it's so nice. I'll take some pictures and post them so people can see them. But yeah, it just like made my home feel, I don't want to say like a home, but kind of like a home for this new version of myself where she really belongs. And I allowed myself to buy, beautiful things and have, it's interesting. It's the same thing as food. It's the same with food. I previously would buy things, for my house that, were fine, and they served their purpose, and yeah, they looked nice, but nothing that I really, really, really loved, because as long as it was okay, then that was good enough for me where I was before. And I just looked around, and I was like, I don't belong in this. Like, this is not right for me anymore. And so now it just feels like every part of my home feels like me, but it's just so warm. It's so comfortable. It's so just nice. And yeah, and that's what and then my clothes, and some nice clothes to match. Same thing as the food pattern. It was like, I would spend a little bit of money on like, not cheap clothes, but not things that would last very long. But now it's all changed.
Yeah. And I think it's important for everybody to hear that Phyllis has made like $50,000 with less than 5 clients. I think it's 4. 3 new and 1 old.
It is 5, but yeah, but two old ones, and
okay.
that two.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. There's 2. Okay, so there's 5, less than 6.
Yeah.
Less than 6 clients, which is extraordinary to do. We don't, in this environment, we don't work hard. We have 3 days off every week. That's the point. We're not thinking about work. We're not supposed to think about work. And having fun in your free time. I think that is the key. And the focus here is not on the sale. Phyllis didn't make 40,000 cash or 39 because she's a good seller. She's a good seller. But she did it because she's an extraordinary deliverer. She is worthy investing in. She's one of the few people that knows what the fuck they're doing. And actually works from their own genius, and the results will show from that, and that's the whole point, that your clients are extremely lucky to be working with you, because you're the mentor that actually can guide them. There is no other person in this industry that knows how to do these things. So it's just a privilege, in other words, I think. You've been working with me for a year. What would you say is the biggest difference between what we do and everybody else?
God.
If you can sum it up.
We find what's unique and special about us as individuals, and the entire focus is on that, like working on or really finding my genius, what I like, all of the stuff that's holding me back, like all of the reasons why I stumble, you know, why I go back into old patterns, rather than stopping at, or rather than, first of all, like, here's the strategy, or here's the, you know, here's the plan, here, go do it, which doesn't work. And then when somebody struggles, when somebody can't implement the strategy, it's like, well, why are, you know, either they're lazy or they're whatever, when, you know, or, well, it doesn't work for you, so that's the end of that. Whereas we figure out why it's not working. Like, strategy comes from within. It's not something that comes from outside and is imposed on us. Everything, literally everything, our worlds are built from within. And that's the difference, is like, we go and we find the world inside, and then we bring it outside into the outside world. Whereas really everything else that's out there is like, here's here's how the world works, and, you know, we're going to fit you into this box. We're going to fit you into this plan or this strategy or this whatever. And then on the other side, there's the, like, we're just going to energy clear your stuff away. Which doesn't do anything either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's unique to every single one of us. Like, I'm completely different. What you do with me and or the results and who we are and what we do, I'm completely different than your other clients. Like, and what you do specifically with them is completely different than what you do specifically with me.
Mm-hmm.
There's no comparison to what I see out there, and what my clients have tried before.
Yeah. I actually think that was so well said that we don't need to say anything else. No, seriously. And Phyllis and I, we're going to LA in December, and we're going to have our VIP day, which is going to be amazing. And then we're also going to have, she's also going to be a part of the 2-day live event, which is going to be in a suite. Yeah, I don't know how you say that, which is almost sold out. So we're really happy about that.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you so much, Phyllis. Mwah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.